pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have some special activities tonight, obviously. Look around and tell us about normal practice for our meeting. So, we have a recommendation to authorize the promotion of the following employees to the listed rank and probationary pay effective February 14th and administer the oath of office. So at this time, I would like to entertain a motion to move these individuals to the new positions.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wiederspoon.
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard.
Yay.
Mr. Wade.
Yeah, and for first, since we have several, we do have the lieutenant's position. Wally, if you would come forward. You would raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Wallace E. Stacy,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the resolutions adopted by Clear Creek Township Board of Trustees,
the resolutions adopted by the Clear Creek Township Board of Trustees,
and that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties required as a police lieutenant
the duties required as a police lieutenant
for Clear Creek Township Police Department,
for Clear Creek Township Police Department,
Warren County, Ohio,
Warren County, Ohio,
to which I have been appointed
to which I have been appointed,
according to the law and the best of my ability,
according to the law and the best of my ability,
during continuance of my lawful employment.
during continuance of my lawful employment.
Congratulations.
Thanks, sir. Thank you. Do it. Oh, thank you, sir. My daughter, Heather.
Sticking letters, sticking.
Have it in there.
Give you $50 if you do.
We need red. We need to see some red.
Oh, my nails hard.
Not
That'll cost you, Wally.
Okay. Partway's gone.
We'll pretend we got it.
Okay, thank you. And thanks to the Bluebirds for being here to support me. Thank you so much.
We do have 3 sergeant's positions to swear in tonight. So if we would have Kevin Barton, Jason Bates, and Charles Sweet come forward. If you would, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Jason L. Bates,
do solemnly swear I will support the Constitution of the State of Ohio.
do solemnly
State of the
swear
United
that
States,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
Thank you. And the resolutions adopted by Clear Creek Township Board of Trustees,
and the resolutions adopted by the Clear Creek Township Board of Trustees,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties required as a police sergeant
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties required as a police sergeant
for Clear Creek Township Police Department,
for Clear Creek Township Police Department,
Warren County, Ohio,
Warren County, Ohio,
to which office I have been appointed
to which office I have been appointed
according to the law and the best of my ability
according to law and the best of my ability
during continuance of my lawful employment.
during continuance of my lawful employment.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Congratulations, Howard.
Sounds good, don't it?
Appreciate it. Thank you. Charles?
Almighty want to thank you guys. Okay. Okay, we are going to move on with the rest of our meeting. At this time, the next item on the agenda is in anyone have any public comment? All right, hearing none, moving on to the next item, and we do have the consent agenda, and I'd like to have a motion to accept the consent agenda. And you're all welcome.
You're fine to leave, guys.
Yeah.
Stick around, we'll talk to me.
Anybody have anything?
Did she read your mind on
I
that?
just tried, all you can do is try.
Fair enough. Okay, we're coming out of the executive session, there is no action to be taken at this time. So is there a motion to reconvene the regular meeting and in the executive session?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsfall?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yes. Fiscal officers report?
Have nothing for today, sir.
All right. We do have a couple resolutions here we want to get to, but I would like, Steve, do you have anything particular that?
We have a purchase for a budgeted item for this year for traffic signal preemption devices.
Okay, cool. Does anybody have any questions about Steve about for this purchase for the traffic signal preemption kits? Is there a motion to approve? So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsfall?
Yeah.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. Okay. Anything else at this time? Road and Parks, we have resolutions 5350, a resolution authorizing the township administrator to execute a contract with Warren County engineer for the 2022 road resurfacing project, dispensing with the second reading and declaring an emergency.
So, this is gonna cover the paving and striping. We're doing 28 roads, we're gonna pave 4.7 miles. We're doing all Sycamore trails, we're gonna mill it and pave it. 2.6 miles in Sycamore trails, we're doing 1.3 in Cypress Ridge. And we're catching a little bit in North Stone Ridge and a few other locations for a cost of $655,815.
Awesome.
Striping, we're gonna do Pekin Road from 48 to 741, Pekin Road from 741 to Honey Tree Lane, and then Red Line 5 Points from 73 to Bono Hill. We're not doing Factory and Beale. I didn't get to take those off the memorandum. That's 4.9 miles we're striping at $18,253.
So Steve's work gets done with us, doesn't it?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I didn't say that.
Quite honestly, mine doesn't either. Striping's pretty, it's still there.
Yeah, well, this is
It's
a 5-year poly paint, so we're trying to
Yeah, no, I think.
catch a cycle in 5 years and get them all done. I hear you.
I'm sorry, like, Pekin, check. Since mine's a county road, I always like to point that out. How much are we gonna get out of the Sycamore Trail?
How much?
Are we putting a Band-Aid on
We're putting a Band-Aid on it.
an elephant?
We're gonna address it next time before it gets too bad.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with some crack sealing up there when it starts cracking. They say it should last 10 years. Again.
Okay.
So,
Better maintenance, hopefully.
we're gonna try different maintenance with it, catch it sooner. There's not a lot we can do with the
I know.
without taking all that out, and I don't really see that being feasible.
Okay. Any comments about 5350? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yeah.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. And we have 5351, a resolution declaring personal property as surplus and approving an internet auction, direct sale, donation, disposal, trade-in, and destruction of said property, dispensing with second reading, declaring an emergency.
This is the same thing we did last year with the other, 0 shoes we traded in. After it gets a comfortable amount of hours on it, and we still have $4,000 trading value on it, and we can effectively chop down the price of a brand new mower by about, a third. And so there's no straightforward trade-in.
Yeah. Is there a motion to approve 5351? So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. Jason, I know you have some place you want to...
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the, anything else from road department?
I need you to purchase the new mower. You
Oh,
surplus
three,
the old
number
one.
3.
Need a new one.
Trading that in, we're gonna purchase John Deere
Go. Out there with the...
Oh,
950
They call it.
RZ track at the cost of $8,532, and that's a good price. Is there a motion to purchase that?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Now, anything else at this time?
No, right now.
Police Department, we have a recommendation to select the bid Sonatrol to purchase and install access control systems in the new police department building at an estimated cost of $48,918.
Sonatrol came in as the lowest bidder, highest bidder was almost $97,000, so
Yeah.
the Sonatrol is gonna be there doing the fire suppression, so they must have been able to sharpen the pencils pretty good, because they already have people on site, so, matter of fact, they're drawing up our fire stuff now, I think, so that'd be our recommendation, to pick them, they're already gonna be here anyway, so they have the lowest bid.
Tremendous difference.
We've had good service with their security systems.
Sonatrol's good. Yeah. No, they're good, they're in lots of places around.
Yep.
There's a motion to purchase the Sonatrol access control devices. So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. We also have a recommendation to select Elite Computers Incorporated to purchase and install the new network equipment at $59,000 plus, and secure camera and circuit television system at $88,000 plus, and the new police building.
Yeah, Elite is our in-house IT department, and we were gonna farm this out to them. They gave us a pretty good rate on it, so I would just need to approve the network equipment for $59,691.73, and then the closed circuit TV at $88,414.34.
Is there a motion to approve this purchase?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. Anything else, Chief?
No, sir.
Planning and zoning, just things in the consent agenda?
I actually have a couple things I want some direction on, if I could, sir. The zoning commission has a full member who is not seeking reappointment, which is kind of odd they're telling us. Usually we end up knowing it after the fact. With that, we had two alternates that were appointed last year, but they've not had enough seat time, so to speak, as a full member, but they both want to compete for that position. So my question is, do you want to interview those individuals and make a decision, or would you prefer to leave that vacant full member seat so they can each month have a turn and get more experience, so that next year, then they could truly compete and you guys would have an understanding about how they're feeling about the position?
I thought that was a very good suggestion, that you had just have them alternate back and forth and see which one, at the time, which one you think will be the best one for the spot. I think that's a great idea. We're lucky to have two that are...
Yeah, that are eager and wanting to go, so I figure if we can get them even more training and more experience, they'll be very good.
Agreed.
Okay.
That's
Awesome.
best way to go about it.
Right.
By then, there'll be another spot open.
Correct.
Hope not.
Yeah. Well, at some point there will be, yeah.
But you're prepared. Do you need, we don't need a motion.
No, I just wanted your direction, that's.
Yeah, you're already on
I'm-
consent agenda, so
I'm
you're
good.
good. Yep.
And then the second item is just to talk about road connectivity. We have it's called White Cedar Way, existing in Country Brook North, it now exists in, I can never get that right.
Reserve at Cedar Ridge.
The Reserve of Cedar Ridge. Mr. Clark and I debated the number of S's that should exist with that the other day, and now I can't get off of that topic. So, well, there is basically, if you look on the back of that memo, there's a parcel, almost 3-acre chunk that blocks those two. We anticipated this to be a stub street, this to be a stub street, and when this 3-acre tract developed, it would connect through. That's been the expectation. At this point in time, there's an individual who is a home builder who wants to, well, he's asked me, can I put a cul-de-sac and not allow these two to connect? And he believes he'd have a better return of lots in that regard, mathematically, based upon where the health department's placing the minimum square footage for homes, based upon the lot size. So I didn't want to get in a situation where we had individuals living in the new subdivision with the street name, and then we make the decision that we're not going to connect them, and then all of those individuals have to change their street name because of that ripple, as we did with Soroya Farms, with Mintwood to Rothschild. So I wanted to see your level of concern, direction, enthusiasm for having the roads connected, or where we stood. So that's what I'm asking to see.
I read this. You know, there's certainly some benefit to having connecting the roads. I get that. What you, if I was a developer, I can see the ability to put a couple extra houses on the cul-de-sac. But is it worth that for us to not have that connected for future needs and safety?
Will be a dead end at the other side?
Yeah, I mean, as it is currently designed, it would have a T turnaround until that new stuff would, in essence, be eliminated, and you would have a through street. So, it really comes back to the philosophy, and it's a planning philosophy, that you should connect subdivisions together so that you're not putting the traffic on the larger road network to get in and out. And this actually gives individuals who live in this section of Country Brook, the Locust Grove section, easier access to 73 than what they've had before. It may be to their detriment, may be to their help. From a zoning and a planning standpoint, that's a good thing. Allow police and fire to get in there. We have an alternative way if any of those primary accesses are clogged and the like. But since we do not have a plan, we being the township, to purchase that and to connect that at any time in the foreseeable future, just as we did not for the Mintwood connection, I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't, or if the direction was, a change in philosophy, that I knew that at this point in time, so that we would, in essence, get ahead of the game for the current subdivision that doesn't have any lots sold with the street name that you say, yeah, we're going to abandon that. So, until that point in time, it basically has an east and a west 1-foot designation because we don't have 70s. But
So there may be still some merit there of putting a cul-de-sac in.
well, I think it's an internal discussion of classification more than a true mailing accurate.
Your intention with regional planning was to connect the two.
Correct, that's been the intent with the subdivision regulations, is if you have a sub-street connect, so that we have that to occur. That was why we went forward with the final plat as such, and with the street name. But we don't control that 3-acre tract more or less in the center. That missing tooth is where I wanted to have a discussion. So if and when it does develop, it's a street, if and when it does develop, you're comfortable to be in cul-de-sac, is what the call would be to.
Who owns it?
Tom Regan, I believe, still owns it, who was the primary developer of Locust Grove before Bob Abernathy partnered to take over that section. So it was a residual piece of two separate flats. That was just the left piece, and they left it, I assume, as we weren't sure what the property was to the west was going to be, So they just kinda had it left over, and it's not a buildable lot as currently platted, it's just vacant land. So in order to make it usable, there has to be more road right-of-way pulled through it, that would be the street or the cul-de-sac to actually develop it out.
Would there be an ability to put any houses on that 3 acres when that thoroughfare goes through, or if it does go through?
Yeah, it would be split, and you would have the ability north and south to have a single lot. However, you're gonna be restricted on the number of bedrooms because of the lot size, and that became
Because of
the debate back and forth. But yeah, it has usability. Well, it exceeds our minimum, so it's 1,250 square foot home for that zone classification. So I assume it would probably be more of a 3,000 to 5,000 square foot home. Piece of home.
My thought would be I'd rather see sticking with the thought process of connecting it for the same reasons that we've set forth for how long, right? So, I'm going through the iPad trying to find that picture again, and I can't find it.
H-A-P-J.
I'll go for you guys. I'm not on that screen, so. I'm looking at all the iPad. That's fine, I got it right here. And the way that stub street is sitting, you could easily, if you had to clear out the issue of naming streets, you could curl that around and make a stop sign and just make one of them a dead end in the far end of that parcel. Could you not?
Well, the way in which it's proposed today is it would be connected. The home builder is saying, don't connect it, put a cul-de-sac coming from the east, and then the one that's coming from the west would be T-turnaround. So that the road department has the ability to turn around on the site since it was designed as a cul-de-sac.
That's a nasty little hill to back down when it's snowing. I've come off of it a couple times in the ditch. It tilts a little bit to the left.
I guess my point is you could accomplish that with his 2 lots with not having to do that. It would appear to me, but maybe I'm crazy.
He's the one making this noise.
I know he's doing.
With regards to being creative.
That's what I just threw on there. This is where common sense blows me away. These guys, they want to get every square foot out of every lot they do, and it's like, how about some common sense? We want to make people that have already spent money on these houses change their, well, I know it's that, but we want to make people change their address to accommodate the fact that you want to make another $50,000?
Seems like the direction of the street is the way in which we'd be consistent.
Unless there would be a compelling reason why we would deviate from that. That's not to help them make more money.
There's not been any rationale put forth thus far that's compelling.
I personally would like to see the road.
Cul-de-sac, then put a street.
Well, if you look at the way it's laid out, you could actually curl the street around and have 2 streets come to a point and maintain the integrity of the, see what it is?
Yeah.
How about that? That's all I'm saying. And you still got 2 lots on each side.
Yeah.
I mean, unless that makes too much sense.
But that's still, you're saying that with putting it through.
Yeah, it still puts it through, but it just made it, eliminates the issue of the street name, and it gives him his 2 lots, and it'll just be a stop sign on the left turn coming from the west. Does it too steep to do that?
We'll have to deal with
Jonesy?
the parking situation.
I don't know about back where you're at, I'm talking about right there at the stop sign of that first house is where it's pretty steep. And you come up through there, it's a grade all the way up to the
On which side?
first driveway coming from,
I need to go to
Country
the site
Road.
visit, but okay.
So you're on the south side.
You're
Yeah.
talking about Locust Grove, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the east side,
Yes.
okay. But once you're on those 2 streets,
Yeah.
I guess one doesn't exist currently, but, okay, good talk.
All right, so at this point in time, Third Street is the direction.
Yes.
All right, very good. That's what I assumed it to be, but I wanted to make
My
sure.
fancy picture.
Yes, I'm.
I can get a highlighter and everything. I may even have a red marker. I got an orange highlighter right here.
We're good, sir.
And some crackers that have been here since I got elected in 2011.
They still may be valid, you know.
There's enough preservative in there.
Oh, it's just half-life of plutonium.
Okay, anything else from planning?
No, sir, that's enough for this evening, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, we do have the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved. Second?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Staff updates. Matt?
I was gonna see if the board was available for a work session following our February 28th, 9 a.m. meeting, to discuss various things, including facilities, update, among other topics.
I'm good. I'm good until about 12:30, so if we're going that long.
Make sure we make money before then.
I'm good. But there is an expectation that the chief brings donuts this time.
Do you hear that?
You're on, buddy.
What's chief you thought?
The logical one that would know where the donuts are.
You gotta get the...
And I'm not referring to the fact that you're a police officer, because, no. Not because he's a cop, I didn't mean it that way. Not because he's a police
If we
officer.
go to noon, I want chili then.
We can do that.
Yeah, I didn't mean it because you're a police officer, I get that enough from my brother-in-law.
The one that calls donuts police tower rings, right?
No, that Milton stuff, we gotta go down that house.
Anything else? Anybody have anything else to bring up? No? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll do a motion to adjourn.
Deny. A motion to adjourn.
That too.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Ms. Mearsclaw?